You.
This one.
Uh,
Oh, wait, that's right.
Mr. Schneider, can you hear me?
Yes. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's Mary Ann. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thank you. You're here for Stoddard, correct?
Stoddard as well as Powell
Hear me?
Russell.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's Mary Ann. Well, I'm getting
Good to see you
bad feed.
too.
Thank you. You're here for Stoddard, correct? That's weird.
Stoddard as well as Powell Russell.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on one second. I'm getting a feedback. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Stoddard, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Computer audio.
Hi, Mr. Stoddard.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure we're speaking privately.
All right, you want to join the break room? I see. I got an invite.
Here we go. Okay. Yep. Let's join it.
All right.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Hi. What?
You don't have the docket that has all the prosecutors' names on it.
No, I don't. Hi, good morning. Are you here for, what case are you here on?
I am your DV prosecutor.
Oh, okay.
I have Powell Russell today, and I have Chamberlain today.
Okay. Okay.
Because this one shows all your prosecutors that are going to come in. All these are all different prosecutors.
Oh,
that you got today.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I don't know. What,
I'm gonna put you in a, and I'm gonna put you back out in the waiting room. Okay.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Darian. This is so, nobody's clued us in. No one's clued us in here.
No.
I don't know how the wording is. They want to do it independent.
I don't think this is gonna go smoothly.
No, nothing's changed. I just want Mary Ann to be able to see.
Okay.
That's for you.
Oh, that's mine?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
thank you.
Yep. I don't know if you wanna, if you wanna call her real quick, I told her that I would let you know. In this person, I don't know.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Smith. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Are you here for the Dodge Dope case? Is that
Yes,
your,
ma'am.
okay. Do you want to go in a breakout room with your client?
No, I talked to her. It's just a
Okay.
PCC today, and
Okay.
here's my question. We're going to request an in-person exam, so however long that takes, we're not, too worried about it, but I don't think this can be done by Zoom.
Okay, you want in person. That's probably not going to be until March sometime.
No, I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're waiting for the prosecutor.
All right, no problem. Thank you for
I'm
coming.
going to put you in a waiting room.
No problem.
Thanks.
Where do you have to go to?
I'm not sure. Dad knows. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Schneider. Are you and your client ready for the prosecutor? Do you need to talk to the prosecutor?
We're ready.
Okay, I'll let the judge know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jane, good morning. It's Mary Ann. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, thank you. We have Mr. Schneider with his client, Christopher Stoddard, and they have spoken. Are you ready for the judge to hear the case?
Yep. If he doesn't need to talk to me, that's just fine.
Is that correct, Mr. Schneider?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, Your Honor.
This is 201681FY. State of Michigan versus Christopher Stoddard.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit by Henry Schneider, 82476 for Mr. Christopher Stoddard.
What are we doing this morning?
Your Honor, Mr. Stoddard would like to demand a live preliminary examination. And beyond that, I wanted to inform the court I'm lacking video discovery. So I'd be asking for a discovery order as well.
You have discovery, everything's cool there. Okay.
Ms. Gillis?
I'm trying to log in right now. Today I'm trying something new.
Okay.
See if I can start sending discovery rate when these people are asking for it. But Mr. Schneider, are you NDS?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like Henry Schneider at NDS.
H. Schneider at ndsdetroit.org.
Okay, I'm gonna try sending this stuff over today, digital. Now, we don't have body cams, So I'll check to see if there is any digital whatsoever.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm a little disorganized. I was a little late and then I couldn't figure out what your number was to get in.
That's okay. Well, Mr. Snyder, you said you wanted to demand a live exam. We're not scheduling those dates as of yet. They're to be determined dates. But with
Okay.
your request for discovery outstanding, how long do you think you're going to need between now and exam?
You know, I think really 2 or 3 weeks would be more than enough time.
Okay,
Do you have discovery?
yeah, if we can come back whenever the next time you're up to make sure that I have all discovery so that when they do start setting live exams, we're like ready to go. But also, Mr. Schneider, you should probably call me if you want to, I don't know if you want to discuss any sort of maybe resolution here.
I'd be happy to reach out. Could I have your phone number, please?
Is this on live?
We're running live on YouTube right now. That's why, Mr. Snyder, what I'm
Okay.
suggesting, I heard you say you're demanding a live exam, but when you
Yeah.
have this discovery request outstanding, is an exam really where we want to go next? Or are you looking to adjourn the PCC?
Well, Your Honor, I suppose one more PCC might be the smarter way to
More
move forward
prudent
at this
path.
point. Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, I think what we're trying to, well, you know this better than I do, Judge, but we're trying to do is get everybody, everything they need possibly. So when the exams go, we're ready to go and we can go. We don't have to have someone come to exam and go, well, I didn't get the video or, you know.
I know,
Sure.
and that's why I said what I said to Mr. Snyder. It's fine.
Yeah. So, and then this looks like maybe a case you could possibly resolve here, but I'm not positive. But if you want to discuss that too, in the meantime, you can call me.
Okay. I'll do that.
So Ms.
My
Gillis, I
number-
heard you say that you're trying to send discovery over to him. So would you want to adjourn the PCC out a week or two? What's best?
I would say 2 because I need to contact with the OIC and make sure that she uploads any video if there is any.
You want to go over to February 3rd at 9:10 with Judge Oakley?
That's suitable for me.
And then Ms. Gillis was about to give you her phone number.
Okay, it's the first 3 digits of yours and my last are 8363. Very similar to Jonathan Hordo's.
Okay.
It's 8363. So you can call me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got the same
Anything
numbers
else
I
this
had.
morning?
Not on this case, Your Honor.
Not on this case?
Mm.
So we will see you all back here February 3rd, 2021 at 9:10 a.m. with Judge Oakley. And Ms.
Yep.
Gillis is sending Mr. Schneider the discovery he's lacking right now.
I'm trying to do it right now, but sometimes it takes like a while to download into him. It will say that it's downloading in his system. Add the case.
So you all will be a work in progress, but is there anything else you need from me this morning?
Nope.
Then
Not for
I'll
the
consider
defense.
this matter concluded. And if you all need to go into a breakout room, or do you need anything else with each other this morning?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I would like to address bond in addition. I'm sorry.
But you had not discussed this with Ms. Gillis, right? The bond modification that you're about to request?
No,
We were so close to being done.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Mr. Snyder. Your client's current bond is 5,000, 10%.
And he's also on a tether, Your Honor.
What modification are you requesting?
Well, Your Honor, I would be asking you to consider removing the tether from Mr. Stoddard. This is a possession charge. There's no allegation of assault or really endangering somebody. He does not have prior assaultive convictions, and he does not have a capious history. He's in the process of trying to find a job, but it's much more difficult with the tether on. He has a curfew of 11 p.m. He tells me some of the jobs he's applied for do involve night shifts. He is getting his high school diploma within a couple of weeks, he tells me. And he is staying with his father, but I don't think there's enough of an indication that he's either a flight risk or a danger to anybody to really require or necessitate this tether.
I know you had not discussed it with Ms. Gillis as of yet, but Ms. Gillis, do you have any response to the request for the removal of the tether?
Well, if he's out on bond and he has a tether, I kind of like that in light of the fact that it's a drug case. He has a lot of contacts, but it doesn't look like he has any convictions. So I know the tether can be a problem, but that's it. I'm just, sort of expressing my thoughts. I prefer to have the tether. I'm not like strongly opposing anything, but I prefer to have the tether. You'll know when I strongly oppose something.
I remember.
Mr. Schneider, I just sent that to you and it looks like there was some video too. So looks like he might be all set, but I'm not
Thank
sure.
you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, Mr. Schneider, only because Ms. Gillis does not object, and I understand your reasoning. We'll modify the bond to remove the tether. All other conditions of your pretrial release order remain in effect. Any questions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Anything further, Mr. Schneider or Ms. Gillis?
Nothing.
Mr. Schneider?
Nothing. Sorry, Your Honor.
No, no problem. Then we're all
Multiple
set.
Zooms.
We're all set as relates to Mr. Stoddard. I know that each of you have some other cases this morning, so as soon as you're ready, let Mary Ann know, and then we'll call those cases, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Hey, Mr. Snyder, what other cases are you here on?
I also have a Walter Powell Russell.
Russell. Russell is the last name?
Powell Russell.
Oh, Powell. Oh, okay. I don't see him here yet. So I'm going to put you in the waiting room. Is that fine?
Yes, that's fine.
Is that the only other one that you're here on?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Jane,
Yep.
I'm just going to put you in. I'm just going to let you hang out here. Is that okay? Or do you
Yeah,
want
that's fine.
to go in the waiting room?
No, I can always just unmute myself. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I figured out how to do that after whatever.
Wait, I'll put you in the waiting room.
I did have a problem with not unmuting myself one time.
Okay, yeah, we've all been there. That's not good.
Not with this court, thank God.
Okay, I'm going to put you in the waiting room. We'll see you soon. The car was. Hi, good morning, Reagan. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, good morning. You're here for the Dodge Dolet case?
Yes.
Okay, the defense attorney and defendant are both here. Do you need to speak with them or are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Sorry, I was signed into Judge Green's courtroom.
Okay, that's fine. Nope. Judge Martin is taking the bench right now. I'll pull the other two in.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Happy New Year.
Happy
Good
New
morning.
Year.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Calling 201204 State of Michigan versus Susan Kathleen Dodge Doak.
You may have to come and testify about what happened. Is that something you're willing to do?
Reagan,
Your
go ahead.
appearances.
Yes, Reagan Lake, P70433 on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, Sean Patrick Smith, 51431 on behalf of Miss Dodge Doak, who is present. Susan, you have to unmute, by the way.
Okay. I want you to be aware.
This matter is scheduled for PCC this morning. What are we doing?
Judge, I already talked to your clerk about the fact that we were requesting an in-person exam. She suggested that that would take place in the latter part of March, I believe, if possible. It's just too complex to do over Zoom, Your Honor, so we can't agree to that.
Ms. Lake?
Sorry, I am available March 17th or 24th, or as far as it has to be on a Wednesday.
We are not setting the live exam dates as of yet. What I will
Okay.
do is make an indication in the file that that is what the parties are requesting, and as soon as we start assigning those dates, we will notify the parties.
Okay.
Thanks, Judge.
So,
Anything else this morning? I'm sorry.
Sorry, so will we have another court date in between, or just kind of we just wait and hear from the court?
If we move forward with charges because you're still a witness.
It's my understanding that you just wait to hear from the court. If you don't have anything else outstanding, no other matters to be addressed by the court.
No.
Okay, very good, thank you.
And Reagan, I'll give you a call once I get everything together so we can go over a few things.
Okay, great,
All right. Thanks, Reagan.
thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye,
Thank
Judge.
you, have a good day.
Congratulations on your election too, by the way.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
No problem.
Not enough.
Reagan, is that the only case that you're here on?
It is the only
I understand
case.
what you're saying.
Okay, all right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too, bye.
Bye. Hi, can you hear me? The person whose last name is Vickers on the screen, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, what case are you here on, please? Yes.
We're still running live on YouTube. You can leave her there, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Hi, Mr. Schneider, it's Mary Ann again. The prosecutor is here. Is there any reason to put you in a breakout room with her? Mr. Schneider? Sir, can you hear me? Mr. Schneider, are you back yet? Hi, Cannon Black, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I see that you're here for 9:30. I'm gonna wait for your attorney and we'll put you in a waiting room and bring you back out, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Kim, it's Mary Ann. Hi. Hey, the prosecutor, Darian Fortier, is here. Do you need me to put you in a breakout room with her?
That would be lovely.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Hi, Darian.
Yes, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Defense Attorney Kim for the Chamberlain case.
Okay.
Oh, hold on one second. Thank you.
United States District Court. That is for a law.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes.
Hi. What case are you here on?
Adam Sirota. I'm his sister.
Okay. Are you here as? Are you the victim or?
No, I was just here to support and
okay.
to hear what was going on.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to put you in the waiting room.
All right, thanks so much.
Brendan, hi, it's Mary Ann. Happy New Year. How are you? Can you hear me? I can't hear you though. Okay, I can't hear you. I'll wait. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, I think I'm guessing that you are here on the Lustig case. Hmm.
Judge, I was just about to type into the chat. I did complete.
Hey, Kim, would you mind texting Henry?
And I also notified Mr. Schwartz.
And you know, Kim, your client, Chamberlain is in the waiting room. Do you need to go in the breakout room with her, or are you guys ready? I can tell the judge.
We're ready.
Okay, I'll let her know.
Thank you.
Judge, are you ready for me to bring the defendant in on Chamberlain?
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is 210066. Elizabeth Chamberlain.
Good morning, Judge Darian Fortier on behalf of the people, P83359. Welcome to the bench officially.
Thank you.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. Kim Michon, Neighborhood Defender Services. P number is 59167 on behalf of Ms. Chamberlain, who I believe is on the line, but it looks like her audio is still trying to connect. This is her first experience with Zoom. Can you imagine after all these months?
I don't think I gave the right case number. It is 210004 for Ms. Chamberlain. I still see her trying to connect. We'll give her a moment and see if she can make the connection or if she needs to go out and maybe come back in again.
Judge, I did speak to her this morning. I don't know what the court's policy is. It's my first time before you on Zoom on a PCC, and whether or not you would allow me to waive her presence for these purposes. She is going to request an in-person preliminary examination. We do have paper discovery. It's already been emailed to her. We are awaiting a digital discovery, but I know Ms. Fortier is very forthcoming with all the discovery, but also there's a bit of a pileup because there's only one of her.
That is correct, Judge. Because it does obviously appear that Ms. Chamberlain is present and is trying to get on, I have no objection to the waiver of her appearance.
Thank you.
And Judge, do we have, I know, and I'm going to ask you to look into your crystal ball, a roundabout time frame that we're looking for in-person preliminary examinations?
I heard this morning late March, but I don't know how accurate that is. I know that we're keeping track of these cases and we're advising attorneys that the date and time is to be determined.
Understood.
But if you already have discovery in process, do you need to come back for another PCC or do you just need the exam date?
I just need an exam date. I trust Ms. Fortier with my life. I know her reputation precedes her.
So what I will do is indicate to our clerk that you are to be set for a live exam as soon as it's practicable. Ms. Michon, the only issue I have is that your client has 2 outstanding files in our office that she needs to set payment plans on.
Understood.
So if you could reach out to her and let her know that she needs to contact the court to do that. I can see her in the background. I can see that her audio is still not connecting, but she has 2 matters, one from 16 and one from 2019 that need payment plans. She has a 3rd matter that has a hearing date on February 18th with Judge Green.
I will have her contact the court immediately, Your Honor.
I appreciate that. Anything else on this matter this morning?
Nothing from the people.
No, Your Honor, other than to indicate Ms. Fortier and I did have a lovely conversation. If we can resolve this short of a preliminary examination, we will bring it to the court's attention.
Okay, so again, we are setting this matter to be scheduled for live exam. Ms. Maishan, your client's gonna contact our office, I would say by the end of the week, to set her payment plan and the other two matters, and then her third matter that has, or fourth matter actually, that has a hearing in February.
Understood. Thank you so very much, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon, ladies.
I will see you at least three more times
More times.
today.
Thank you.
One more time for me, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna hang up. All right. See you, bye. Hey. Judge, I'm bringing Jane in for this case. It's a Lustig case, L-U-S. Okay.
Calling 210001 State of Michigan versus Miranda Lustig.
And good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Brendan Dvorsky appearing on behalf of Miranda Lustig. State your name for the record, ma'am.
Miranda Lustig.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, today's date and time set for a probable cause conference in this matter. At this time, I was just retained on this matter yesterday afternoon. I did file an appearance with the court. I did explain to Ms. Lustig that she has certain rights, a statutory right to a probable cause conference within 14 days and a preliminary exam within 21 days of arraignment. At this time, Your Honor, what we're doing is we're asking the court to waive the 14 and 21 day rule respectively and set this matter out. I know my client is looking into some rehab. I don't know if you could set another PCC date, maybe 30 days out. Would that be possible?
On behalf of the people,
Let me just get my calendar.
Ms. Gillis, you're muted. I have no objection, Your Honor.
That victim on,
Thank you.
the alleged,
And Mr. Dvorsky, if you can remind me of your email.
Yes, it is my last name. D is in David, E is in Edward, B is in Boston, OLSKI, B is in Boston @gmail.com.
Thank you.
PCCs are on Wednesday, so 4 weeks out from today would be February 10th.
my name is Megan Matthews, Jim's
Your Honor, can we go that following one? I might actually be on the 10th.
You indicated when you came on this morning that you did not wish to proceed.
I'm not sure who has some other hearing running in their background.
No help, no counseling, nothing. I mean, it didn't happen. You wanted to call LTU.
I could identify that voice. It's Ms. Matthews. But it's not.
That's okay. So the week after that would be February the 17th. Is that acceptable?
Works for defense, Your Honor.
Okay. Anytime between 9 and 11. So if you want to say 9 o'clock for now.
Please, that works.
So we're adjourning to February 17, 2021 at 9 a.m. That will be with Judge Green.
Okay.
Anything else this morning, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Dvorsky?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you. I appreciate the adjournment, as does my client. And Ms. Gillis, you were gonna, the last thing, Ms. Gillis, you're going to forward me the discovery in this matter. Is that correct?
It's already been uploaded, all the paper discovery. If you need something else, let me know.
All
You are
other pretrial bond conditions continue for Ms. Lustig.
Thank
Have a
you,
good
Judge.
day.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Ms. Girls.
Bye.
Judge, the Powell Russell, Henry Schneider is back. Jane, have you spoken with Henry?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna pull him in. I don't see his client here, so we'll see what he says.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Jane, that's not you. It's another prosecutor. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Mr. Gilliam, we see you. We'll come to you shortly, okay?
Mr. Schneider, I don't see your client here.
Okay, he told me he was in the waiting room. Please just give me one moment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Hello, the person that has iPhone, can you hear me?
And here, ladies and gentlemen, is our final hideous creature known to man. Additionally, Your Honor, the complaining witness, Krista Anson, is also present on the iPhone. Your Honor, this time, based on my conversation.
Whoever is in another hearing, you need to mute yourself, please.
Conversations with Ms. Anson, she's indicated to me that she does not wish to proceed. Accordingly, the people have moved to dismiss without prejudice.
Heather?
Right, right now. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
200454, State of Michigan versus Keenan Black.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I see your attorney's here, but she's muted, and the prosecutor is here as well. Yes, ma'am. Are you in another hearing, Ms. Quick?
Judge, I can put you in the waiting room because there's another case that's ready to go. If that's what you want.
To talk to Ms. Quick real quickly about the Keenan Black case too.
Thank you. Yes, please move them into the waiting room and we'll take the case that's ready.
Okay.
Thank you. Is one of my cases ready?
Yeah, Jane, yep. The Sirota case, I'm gonna bring his attorney in.
Okay. You want me to talk to Ms. Quick first or do the Sirota? I'll do Sirota. Okay. Oh, Richard Glanda. Got it.
Where did he go?
It's not me.
Hmm.
I'm going to switch computers so I can put a headset on and try to get the noise down.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is new. I'm trying to do evidence right as we're doing the cases so I don't have to go back the rest of the day and start sending stuff out. Or have my clerk do it because she's busy enough as it is.
I would agree.
Calling 201701, State of Michigan versus Adam Sirota.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Judge. Richard Glenn of Mr. Sirota. Judge, I tried to get in contact with Mr. Sirota the other day. I couldn't. I see he's on the call. Could I have a breakout room for a moment, ma'am?
Just with your client?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
Okay.
I'm Adam's sister.
Hi, Adam's
Hi,
sister. I'm going to ask you
hi.
to mute yourself and not talk during the hearing, please.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No worries.
Congratulations on your
Thank you.
seat.
No worries. My clerk is going to move you and your client into a breakout room, sir, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marianne?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to join with a different device and then I'm going to close this one down.
Okay.
I'm switching what computer I use to send evidence from.
Okay.
I'm really bad with computers.
Oh, join the club.
Okay, here I go. Okay, and then switch this one off. Leave.
Judge, I'm going to bring back Mr. Schneider and see if he got a hold of his client. He's ready to go. So I'll bring Miss Fortier and
Recalling 200168, State of Michigan versus Walter Powell Russell.
Good morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people, P83359.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit by Henry Schneider, 82476 for Mr. Walter Powell Russell, who's present by Zoom.
I see your client trying to connect, Mr. Schneider. Have you had a chance to speak with the prosecutor this morning?
Yes, Your Honor, we had a conversation over text. I have full discovery in this case, and we're seeking a live preliminary examination.
I was waiting to see if your client could successfully connect. Looks like your client still is having some trouble connecting. I see he is present or trying to be present. Mr. Schneider, you're aware that we do not yet have dates for our live exams.
Yes.
But what I will do is note the file that that is what you are seeking. And as soon as we have those dates available, a notice will be sent to the parties. Mr. Powell Russell, have you
Yes.
successfully connected? Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Snyder has indicated that your matter will be set for a live exam. I've advised the attorneys that we do not yet have those dates available, but your file will be marked to be scheduled for a live exam, preliminary examination. And when those dates are available, notice will be sent to the parties. Anything else in this matter this morning, Ms. Fortier?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Snyder, anything further?
Not from the defense.
Your client pretrial release conditions continue. We will see you all when the exam date is scheduled. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
And all right. Thank you. You all have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to bring in Sirota. It looked like they were done. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready when they are.
Okay.
Judge, I'm ready. Thank you.
Recalling 201701, State of Michigan versus Adam Sirota.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Again, Judge Richard Glander for Mr. Sirota. Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Sirota is presently hospitalized, and he's attempting to Zoom in. I'm not sure if he's able to. I know his sister was on the call earlier. Perhaps she can give some more detail as to his current situation.
Your client is connected, sir.
Mr. Sirota, can you respond?
I see him present, but
I do too, but it looks like he's frozen, or it looks like it's just a picture. I know his sister was on the call earlier. Perhaps she could give us a little more information. But it's my understanding that he's currently hospitalized due to some pancreatic issues.
So what's your pleasure this morning, sir?
Judge, based on that, ma'am, I'm asking for an adjourned PCC. So once he's released, hopefully I can then communicate with him and resolve this matter.
Ms. Gillis,
That's fine with the people, Your Honor. But
how long of an adjournment are you looking for, sir?
Let's say 2 weeks.
That will put us on February 3rd, 2021
That's fine, Judge.
at 9:20 with Judge Oakley.
Okay.
May I please inquire of Mr. Glanda? I sent him discovery. Did he get? I know I sent the felony. Did he get the and the email and the misdemeanor? Did you get everything?
Judge, Ms. Gillis, I'm sorry. I believe I did. Yes.
Okay, just making sure. It says you did, but you never know.
So the PCC in this matter is adjourned to February 3rd, 2021 at 9:20 a.m. with Judge Oakley. Anything further, Ms. Gillis?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Glanda?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Glanda, your client does have another matter with court. There's a pretrial on February 5th, 2021 with Judge Green in an unrelated matter.
I don't believe I was appointed on that. I was just appointed on the felony, as far as I know.
I understand, but because I'm not sure that Mr. Sirota is able to partake in these hearings, this proceeding, I want to make sure that you know, and you could convey that information to him, please.
Okay, and that's February 5th at what time?
I do not have the time, so he can contact the court, check the court's website actually, and he could put his name in and search for his case and they can give them the time.
Okay.
Okay?
Is that
I'll
the
inform
DB
him.
case?
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Judge and Jane, it looks like the Keenan Black, the attorney's ready and the defendant is here.
Okay. That's the one I wanted to talk with Miss Quick real quick.
You haven't talked to Ms. Quick yet?
No.
Okay, then Marianne will put you back in the breakout room.
Yes, I'll do that.
Short.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. I apologize for earlier. Of course, I get called in two places at the same time.
I understand, Ms. Quick, you need to speak to Ms. Gillis.
Yes.
Marianne will put you in a breakout room.
Yep, done. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Can I ask you what case you're here on?
I'm the APA on Raymond Bailey.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in a waiting room and we'll call you when the case is ready, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, the Lewis case is, the attorney is here and the defendant is here. And I know Jane is with Ms. Quick, but when they're done, I just wanted you to know that that's ready to go.
Has Jane been in with Attorney Longstreet?
No.
So when we get done, I will send her in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Chapman.
Good morning, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay, I was in the waiting room. I had Zoom information, but it
Yep.
was Judge Green.
Oh, for Judge Green.
But
What
now I see that my client's name is on your docket.
is it, Parker?
Yes, Ms. Parker, and she's present.
Okay, I'll let the judge know. I will pull. Do you need to speak with the prosecutor?
I would like to speak to the prosecutor before we get started.
Okay, all right. She's in a breakout room with another attorney, and when she's available, we'll pull you back in. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And my client is present.
Thank you.
Okay, we're ready, Judge. Hey, we're ready, Judge.
Recalling 200454 State of Michigan versus Keenan Black.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit by Cheryl Quick on behalf of Mr. Keenan Black, who's also appearing via Zoom.
Hey, Your Honor.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Going to ask for an in-person exam, but I think we need another PCC date. It's my fault on our end. I've been not without trying for me. I called the OIC. I'm trying to get the video. He says he'll get it. He has one guy that uploads. Oh, that guy's on vacation. And then, have him upload. Now it's uploaded and it's uploaded wrong. So she wants in person anyway. So let's just get another PCC. So when we start in person, she's ready to go. I just want to make sure she's really satisfied. She wants some bank statements too. I didn't know that part, but.
Will we give you enough time if I put it over to the 27th?
Yeah, because I'm going to have to call our IT department to come fix this.
We're going to adjourn today's PCC to January 27th, 2021 at 10:30 a.m. with Judge Oakley.
Very well, Your Honor.
Ms. Gillis, is that good for you?
That's good.
So we will see you all next Wednesday at 10:30. Mr. Black, any pretrial release conditions will continue. Have a good afternoon.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gillis, there
Thank you very
are
much.
attorneys waiting to talk to you on Parker and on Lewis. Mary Ann will move you into a waiting room with Parker's attorney first. That matter was scheduled first.
Okay. Ready.
Thank you.
Hi, Claude.
Hi, how are you?
Good. We're going to go in our room right now.
Huh?
We're going to go. Well, in a few minutes, I'll see you in a breakout room.
Okay.
You know what? I forgot. What case are you here on? I'm sorry.
Raymond Bailey.
Okay, that's what and I've got Sharon Woodside.
That's his attorney. Yep.
That's his attorney. And you're okay, got it. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon is here. Do you need to speak with her for any reason or?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
We've spoken before today.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Miss Woodside. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
The prosecutor is here, and we've got to get your defendant on Zoom. So I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we're ready.
Calling 201-068, State of Michigan versus Caprice Parker. Your appearances, please.
Excuse me, I believe my client is present. If not, I would waive it. I'll waive her presence.
Ms. Gillis, your appearance.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Claude Chapman, P69850 on behalf of Caprice Parker. She was present. I believe she is remains present.
Looks like your client's audio is trying to connect. Mr. Chapman, you've had an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor this morning?
Yes, I have.
This matter was scheduled for PCC. What are we doing?
We've had an opportunity to discuss this matter. We again have an ongoing problem with discovery. Ms. Gillis, how do you exactly want to proceed? I was, given that this is the third time we don't have complete discovery, I was requesting dismissal without prejudice and have the case restarted if the prosecution wishes to do that.
No, I'd like a week or two. I'm looking into this case. I don't see that they gave us any pictures like you're asking, so I don't know if they still have them, but I'm also gonna, this is an auto theft case. I'm gonna send an email with the package of this case to the auto theft prosecutor for his thoughts, because there's some issues. So
Your
I'd
Honor,
like
I
2
believe
weeks.
Ms. Parker is present now.
I see her. Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
So, Mr. Chapman, the 2-week adjournment will put us at February 3rd.
Well, I kind of like get the feeling that I don't have much choice.
You always have a choice, sir. I think that we're all still trying to navigate this virtual life of court. And if Ms. Gillis is indicating that she's making the effort to get the discovery delivered to your attention, I would ask for a little bit of patience. I see when the original PCC was adjourned, so was scheduled. So I see that there has been some amount of time that's passed, but I will indicate that we will adjourn this matter to February 3rd, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. That will
Could
be
I
on
say
Judge
something?
Oakley's docket.
February 3rd at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
If I could, Your Honor, I know this is unusual. Ms. Parker is working right now. Ms. Parker, would February 3rd work for you?
I was trying to see if I could say something because I didn't hear the beginning of the video because I was at work.
Well,
So I'm just trying to see what did I miss?
You missed, Ms. Gillis needs further opportunity to get the discovery that we're requesting. She also needs further opportunity to discuss this with the prosecutors who are in charge of what we call the PAT 2 unit, who handle these types of cases. And there is the possibility that we may be able to resolve this in the interim.
Okay, so why isn't the case being dismissed after 4 times of lack of evidence?
Because as I explained to you in my video, not my text message to you, we're at the stage of probable cause where this merely means maybe, not any beyond a reasonable doubt. So I doubt if we could get this dismissed right at this moment. We need an opportunity for Ms. Gillis to speak with her supervisors before we can make a firm decision.
And why wasn't this done before court even
Ms.
started?
Parker, I would suggest that you and your attorney speak offline. I let this go on for a little bit because I saw that you had problems connecting.
Well, we
Court's
can speak.
perspective, from the court's perspective, your attorney did ask for a dismissal. I did not say succinctly, but that request is going to be denied. This matter is going to be adjourned for 2 weeks. We'll be back by video for probable cause conference with Judge Oakley on Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. You can contact Mr. Chapman if you have additional questions about what happened this morning or why. Unless Ms. Gillis or Mr. Chapman have anything further as relates to this morning's proceeding.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Gillis,
Yes, I have nothing further.
we're all set. We will see you in 2 weeks. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Ms. Gillis, were you ready on Lewis, or did you still need to speak to the attorney?
I'd like to speak to the attorney. I don't know who it is.
I'll put them in a breakout room.
Good morning.
Good morning, Attorney Longtree. How are you?
She just went to a breakout room.
We're ready on Lewis.
As soon as I see Attorney Longstreet come out with her client. Calling 201711, State of Michigan versus Dejan Lewis.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Neighborhood Defender Service by Christine Longstreet for Mr. Dejan Lewis. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. This matter was scheduled for PCC. I noticed that the parties have had a chance to talk. What are we doing this morning?
Judge, we're going to need a preliminary exam in this case, an in-person exam.
Attorney Longstreet, have you received discovery in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
We are not yet scheduling in-person exams. So what I will do is make a note in the file that you are to be scheduled once those dates become available, and the clerk will mail you notice of that date and time.
Okay.
Anything else to address this morning?
No, I don't believe so.
Ms. Gillis, anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor.
We're all set. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. I do have one more matter. Mr. Robinson.
Have you talked to Ms. Gillis about that matter yet? Or are you ready to go on that matter?
I'm ready to go on it.
Joshua Robinson, let's see if he's in the waiting room. If he is, we'll call the case.
Okay, thank you.
It's not.
I spoke with him this morning.
Well, Ms. Longstreet, if you want to mute yourself and see if you can get a hold of your client, if he can call in, we can call that case next. Thank you.
Okay, just he's logging back in.
I'm hoping that this is him.
This is 201717, State of Michigan versus Joshua Robinson.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
And again, Neighborhood Defender Service by Christine Longstreet, appearing on behalf of Mr. Robinson. Judge, when we appeared at the PCC last week, this was a case where we needed discovery and also to see if this was a case that would be maybe good for the gun board. And that is my intent, to write a gun board letter. I don't know if the court knows, but the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office requires that the letters be written and prior to any movement from district court. And also my understanding from talking to other colleagues in my office is that they're about, I don't know, 4 weeks behind because they only meet on Wednesday. And they have a lot of CCW cases as well as some other cases.
Yeah, like 900 the first month they opened.
So I'm asking for another adjourned PCC date, maybe about 4 weeks out. We'll get the letter in next week and hopefully we'll get a response before we have to return.
Ms. Gillis?
Yeah, I would say put it out as far as possible, maybe even 217.
$217. I'm just waiting for a response from the clerk. If we do it on February 17th, says any time is good. So we say 217.
What time on 217?
I'm about to say the time as
Thanks.
9:20.
Any time, yep.
That works for council.
$217 at 9:20 will be with Judge Green.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing everyone.
Good to see any, before you go, you're running off a little fast. Anything else as relates to Mr. Robinson?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Gillis, anything else as relates to Mr. Robinson?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
We are all set. Thank you very much. Any pretrial release conditions that Mr. Robinson has continue. Have a good afternoon.
You too, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning, I can. I apologize, I was on the phone.
That's okay. What case are you here on, please?
So I am standing in for my coworker, Elizabeth Young, who's during an in-person preliminary hearing. It's the Elijah Favors. I believe he's out of custody and it's just a PCC.
Yep, your client is here, and do you need to speak with the prosecutor?
I don't believe so.
Okay, Judge, are you ready for favors?
I'm ready.
Thank you. I'll bring Jane in.
Calling 200005, State of Michigan versus Elijah Favors.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Neighborhood Defender Service by Kate DeMott Grady, standing in for Elizabeth Young on behalf of Elijah Favors. Is Mr. Favors present?
He is. He had to go to the restroom real quick.
All right.
Ms. Grady,
he's coming right.
Your P number, please.
83667.
Thank you. Have you had an opportunity to speak this morning?
I have not. Miss Young spoke with him, and he knew that I am standing in for her.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to Ms. Gillis, or do you need to speak to Ms. Gillis?
I do not. We're requesting discovery and requesting an exam date.
Send the discovery to you?
To Miss Young or the NDS discovery email is fine.
I'll do that right now.
Great. Thank you.
at least the, well, I don't know if there's videos and something like this.
Is there a need for an adjourned PCC or do you want straight to exam?
Ms. Young requested that I set an exam date.
No worries. We're not setting our live dates as of yet. I'll make a note in
Okay.
file that as soon as those dates are available, your client will be noticed for his live exam.
Great. Mr. Favors, do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. And Ms. Young will be in touch with you. The court will notify you. Ms. Young will also be in touch with you prior, when the exam's scheduled to prepare and everything.
Okay.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Grady?
Nothing else from defense. Thank you.
Any pretrial release conditions for Mr. Favors remain in effect? Thank you
Your
much.
Honor.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Kim, hi.
Hello.
You're representing Walton Wright? Yes, no?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I have Lustig, Groom, and Ward left, as far as I know.
Lustig was represented by Brendan Dabalski, and that was taken care of.
Understood. She had indicated that she was going to retain.
And
Thank you for letting me know that.
yes, you're welcome. And well, I see Ward, and who was your other one?
Groom, both are in custody.
Okay, yeah, we haven't heard anything yet from them. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room.
No worries, friend.
Thank you. No. She said that she's not representing him.
If you'd like to give me the name again, I can attempt to look it up to see if it's somebody else from NDS perchance.
Thank you. It's Deontay. The last name is Walton-Wright. Yeah. I don't have it on mine. No. Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks.
That looks to be Mr. Kearney. I will text him immediately.
Thanks, Kim.
Of course. Do we know, is it a PCC, I assume?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see if he'd like me just to stand in. Maybe that would be even easier. If you'd give me just one moment, please.
Thank you. Bailey?
Judge, I do have a call into Mr. Kearney. I've also texted him apparently via the grapevine. Apparently, dear Mr. Kearney is trapped. Don't tell him I said that. But apparently he is on the record in Third Circuit Court. He is House counsel down there on one of the emergency dockets. Is his client present in the waiting room?
His
Or-
client is present. Client is present in the waiting room. I will have Mary Ann put you in with Deontay Walton Wright.
Here. Thank you. I'll see if I can move your docket along.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Jane and Mr. Kearney. I'm going to put you in a breakout room for Walton Wright.
Understood.
Thank you.
Hey, Jane,
Yep.
can you join the breakout room?
I don't see a invitation for me or a little, let me try this. Oh, join breakout room. Okay, sorry.
Judge, I got the message that Mr. Kearney should be in your waiting room now.
He's actually in the breakout room with Miss Gillis.
Aha, excellent. The planets are coming together.
Thank you
And
for
I'm
your
sure
willingness to assist.
Walton would want to talk to him as well if of course the court had a moment for that as well.
Understood.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me? Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
This is the clerk. Hi, what case are you here on, please?
I am for the prosecutor's office on Danny Fairchild with Brandy Robinson. Mr. Fairchild is in custody.
Okay, I'm waiting for his attorney and him to check in. And so when they do, I'll put you in a waiting room and we'll pull you back out.
All right, thank you.
Brandy Robinson. Hey, I see Fair. Can you hear me, Judge? I see Fairchild's attorney is here. Do you want me to put them in a breakout room?
Would you please? I just heard the prosecutor.
Yep, I will.
Thank you. And we're still waiting for the county to call us back so we can get these other cases moving.
Correct. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
You're ready on Fairchild?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Judge. I was invited into a breakout room and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go there.
You're supposed to go if you have not had a chance to talk to the prosecutor, and it looks like we still do not have the lodged clients available.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so if you want to join.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It looks like the parties are ready on Walton Wright.
Yes, I'm gonna have to wait a week. I'm gonna. You have
This is
discovery, right?
201627 State of Michigan versus Deontay Walton Wright.
Jane Gillis
Yes.
on behalf of the people.
Blaze Kearney from the Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit on behalf of Mr. Walton Wright, who's joining us via Zoom. Mr. Walton Wright, can you say your name again? Deontay Walton Wright. Hello?
We can hear you, sir. Thank you. Matter was scheduled for PCC this morning. What are we doing?
You got your discovery, right, Mr. Kearney?
I do.
Okay. He would like me, and this wasn't discussed till this morning, to see if I could possibly get a misdemeanor out of this deal. I've put in a text to the officer in charge. I haven't heard back. I mean, we could wait 1 week, or we could wait till the end of the docket to see if she'd text me back. Your choice.
My choice or Mr. Kearney's choice?
Mr. Kearney's choice, I should say.
I think that I have no objection to checking in at the end of the docket to see if there's an offer. I can discuss the potential offer with Mr. Walton Wright in the interim. I had requested the prosecution consider dismissing this case, and that offer is being declined, but they're exploring a misdemeanor offer this time.
Well, I'll say this to you. This matter was scheduled for 9:40. It is now 11 o'clock, and I still have other cases. So what I would like to do, unless the parties object, is adjourn this matter for a week. And if you all can discuss an offer in the interim, you'll be back with me next Wednesday, January 20th at 10:20.
That would be fine.
That would be fine?
Yes.
Can my attorney call me? When?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I have your, I'm going to put my phone number here in the chat.
I would just hate to keep you here to the end of the docket, and we'd be another hour or so. So I just don't want to hold you.
Understandable.
Screen says join a breakout room.
It'll be rejoined on the 23rd.
Hey, ignore that, Jane.
On the 20th, we're back here on the 20th at 10:20 a.m. You'll be back with me, and Mr. Kearney will contact you in the interim.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll give you a call right now.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis, as to this matter?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Kearney?
No, Judge. Thank you.
Any pretrial release conditions for Mr. Walton Wright continue? Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nate?
Hi, good morning, Ms. Shackelford. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Judge. I'm trying to figure out if I'm in the right courtroom.
Good morning. Who are you here for?
I have Shandon Groom and Shane Evans up for PCCs today.
You are in the right room. We're scheduled for 11 o'clock. Have you had a chance to talk to the defense attorneys yet?
Yes, I've spoken with both of them.
Okay. We were waiting for the jail to connect as well.
I logged on to Judge Green's courtroom first, and the jail is sitting in there. It was the two of us in there, and they said that they had both of them, and there must have been some confusion on the docket. I don't know. Do you want me to go back into there and let him know that he should be in here?
If you can do that, that'd be great. Thank you.
All right. I'll be right back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, Judge.
Ma'am.
It looks like the two defendants that she just listed, Coral Watt is here on Evans and David Goldstein is here on Groom.
Yes, ma'am.
And she just said that she was here for them.
She's here. She's the prosecutor here for them. She's
yeah.
going to get the jail to bring them over so we can get going.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're ready on Fairchild?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have Mr. Fairchild from the jail, I probably just need a minute or two in the breakout room with him so I can.
The jail is logged into the wrong Zoom room. So there's been a message sent to them to come over here. So as soon as your client, or as soon as they're available on this end, I'll have my clerk put you in with your client, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
It looks like they're here, Judge.
Thank you.
I'll pull them in.
Hi, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Not bad. We're just trying to figure out whoever completed my docket had made a mistake, but we understand both defendants are in front of you this morning.
Yes, sir.
However, they're both keep separate. So my partners are en route to place Mr. Groom in front of a camera, and then I will go grab Mr. Evans and put him in front of this camera. So that they should both be available within a matter of minutes.
Thank you. Mr. Groom's attorney is here.
Okay. Your Honor, while I have you, we also have a couple other matters for 34th District. Can I run them by you to see if they're yours?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dominic Ward,
Yes, sir.
Danny Fairchild,
Yes, sir.
and Joe Stafford.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll have all them available after this first matter then.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Judge, I have another jail I'm going to bring in. I don't know why there's two. We'll find out, I guess.
Thank you, because I'm missing one. His attorney and the prosecutor in the waiting room.
This is Mr. Bailey.
At the jail, your name, please, sir.
Brandon Groom.
Mr. Groom, your attorney and the prosecutor are here. If you give us just one moment, we'll get you taken care of.
Okay.
I'm bringing them in.
All right, well, can we reach it? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm on a Zoom and the judge is waiting for me. I'll call you right back, okay?
Do you want me to put them in a waiting room?
Mr. Goldstein, do you need to talk to your client before we do the PCC?
Just briefly, Your Honor, yes, thank you.
And at the jail, your name, please, sir.
Shane Evans.
Mr. Evans, your attorney is here. We'll pull her in. Good morning. This is 201708, State of Michigan versus Shane Lamar Evans. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Victoria Shackelford appearing on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Coral Watt appearing on behalf of Shane Evans.
And I'll note that your client's also present, Ms. Watt. Do you need to speak with him before we conduct the PCC?
I do.
You give us one moment, my clerk will move you into a breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Are we ready on Groom?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. You just need to close the breakout room.
Janet Key, which is my stepmom.
No, that's not him.
I'm sorry, we got thrown out of the breakout room for some reason, Your Honor.
He will move you back, Ms. Watt. Calling 201706, State of Michigan versus Shandon Groom.
Good morning, Your Honor. Victoria Shackelford appearing on behalf of the people.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant, and the defendant is present via Zoom, Your Honor.
Thank you. This matter is scheduled for PCC. What are we doing this morning?
Your Honor, Ms. Shackelford and I did have an opportunity to talk last night. At this point, I have not received any discovery, but she indicated that within the next day or two, hopefully, she's going to be sending me the written report. I have to get her an external hard drive because apparently there are voluminous documents, videos, etc., pictures, I'm assuming, that she has to forward me to prepare me for the preliminary examination.
And that's correct, Your Honor, but there is one outstanding issue that I raised with defense counsel regarding an order to seal the proceedings, which has been put in place on the co-defendants as well as a protective order with respect to third parties and discovery. And I'm not certain what Mr. Goldstein's position is on those and whether or not I'll have to file a motion or if it will be stipulated to. So that is an outstanding issue that needs to be addressed prior to discovery.
We will stipulate to that protective order.
And with respect to the order to seal?
Yes.
Okay. And Your Honor, I will send as soon as we're off court today, I will send the orders over to Mr. Goldstein for his review and signature, and then I'll have them submitted to your clerk before the end of the business day.
Thank you. And it's my understanding that this matter is going to be adjourned to February 10th at 11 a.m.
That's my understanding, Your Honor, that Judge Green had set all three defendants for that date so that we could discuss the preliminary exam date, which is set for mid-February.
I'm sorry, what was the date of the adjourned date? It's February 10th?
February 10th at 11 a.m. with Judge Green.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask a question, and you may not know since this is actually Judge Green's case. Do you know if she's planning the preliminary examination to be live or on Zoom?
It will be live.
Live? Okay. Okay.
Anything else as relates to Mr. Groom?
Your Honor,
Not
the
today.
well, one more issue, Your Honor. Since we're adjourning this date out past the time allotted by the court rules, I would just ask for a waiver to be put on the record or a finding of good cause.
We would waive all times in this matter, Your Honor. It's to our advantage to delay things till we can get discovery.
Satisfactory, Ms. Shackelford?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I said, was that satisfactory?
Yes, Judge.
Anything else as relates to Mr. Groom, Ms. Shackelford?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Goldstein, anything further?
No, Your Honor. Hopefully I'll have that discovery and we can move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all set as relates to Mr. Groom.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I'll be in touch, Shannon.
No.
Calling 201703. State of Michigan versus Shane Evans.
Good morning, Your Honor. Victoria Shackelford appearing on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Coral Watt appearing on behalf of Shane Evans.
Ms. Watt, you've had an opportunity to speak to your client and Ms. Shackelford this morning.
I have, Your Honor.
This matter was scheduled for PCC. What are we doing?
There are two issues relative to orders that relate to discovery that I've been in discussions with Ms. Shackelford about. And I've also talked to my client about them. The first order that Ms. Shackelford, and I'm bringing this up, Your Honor, because these orders have to be addressed prior to my receiving discovery. The first order relates to having all pleadings filed under seal. The second order relates to a prohibition against sharing discovery with third parties. I did go through the second order with Ms. Shackelford and had her remove some language. I indicated to her that I would speak to my client to see if we could reach a resolution as to that particular order, which I thought we did. But my client did bring up a relevant issue as it relates to that order. Oftentimes with my clients, they may have a parent or a close family member that, I will be able to talk to them about the particular client's case. And I do that for a number of reasons, because sometimes they want input from a mom or a dad in making decisions, not just from their lawyer. And so my only concern, while I wouldn't be, providing them with paper discovery, I am just concerned that that will impact my ability to communicate with them. And I mean, as a defendant, he has a right to that, that it would impede my ability to, discuss this case with them, as, he has asked me to do already. He's asked me to have some conversations with his mother. So I guess as a resolution, the only resolution that I could suggest, and I'm not sure if Ms. Shackelford would agree to this, is, that I be allowed to, discuss the case with, his mother, perhaps add that to the order. But certainly, I'm sure Ms. Shackelford is going to ask this court to enter the order. I'm just saying that as it's written, I can't agree to it, the order that relates to not sharing any information with third parties.
Your Honor, I don't believe there's anything in the order that indicates Ms. Watt can't have discussions with defendant's family members. The purpose of the order is to protect the discovery in an ongoing investigation. So I don't really think we're in disagreement with respect to that. My order is protecting electronic discovery and paper discovery from being disclosed or shared with any third parties that are not representatives of Ms. Watt's office or the defendant. So I don't think there's really a dispute about, there's nothing in the language of the order that forbids her from having conversations with defendant's family members.
What I need to make clear, though, is when I have those conversations, I oftentimes read police reports, because they want to know, well, what are the charges, what's going on? And I just want to make sure I'm not going to turn over a copy of the discovery, but I don't want there to be an issue. I mean, that's disclosing. If I'm reading it to them, it's disclosing. And I'm concerned about being in violation of a court order in doing so.
Have the two of you had specific conversations about whatever provision there is in the proposed order that you disagree upon?
We have, and we have resolved everything except for this issue, which my client brought to my attention, yesterday. And so the only opportunity, because that's when I had an appointment, because we have to make appointments now to see him. And so my only opportunity was to bring this to the court's attention today, because I just found out yesterday evening that this was an issue.
So Ms. Watt, then the answer to my question is no, you have not had a chance to talk to Ms. Shackelford about whatever this specific language is that is at issue.
On this issue, no, I have not
Okay.
had an opportunity.
Is this something that can be resolved in the breakout room?
I don't think so, Judge. I think we're going to have to go back to the drawing board and actually go through the order and work out some language. I mean, I do have concerns about Ms. Watt reading these reports directly to third parties. And I think there's a difference between having a discussion with the defendant's family about, the evidence in the case or, the facts of the case without actually reading the reports or sharing, whatever might be encapsulated in the electronic files.
But the problem, I'm sorry.
No, I just, a lot of what's incorporated in the discovery of this case has nothing to do with the actual parties, but it's still documentation that I need to turn over to defense counsel as part of this case. So I don't know if there's a way Ms. Watt and I can come back in a few days and maybe her and I can have an opportunity to actually go through it And if necessary, if we're in dispute and can't resolve it, then we can file our briefs under seal accordingly, and the court can make a ruling.
I would agree, because it's also hard to argue when you don't know what any of the evidence is.
Then-
So,
Ms. Watt and Ms. Shackelford, what I will say to you is that this case is going to remain with Judge Green. The indication that I've received is that you have an adjourned an adjourned PCC date of February 10th, 2021 at 11 a.m. And I would suggest that if you're able to resolve this issue before then, to submit that proposed order to Judge Green. If you would like me to see if she's available to have a hearing before then, just as to the protective order, let me know, and I will step off the bench and see if we're able to get that scheduled for you. What's your pleasure?
Judge, just from previous hearings, Judge Green has indicated that if we weren't able to resolve issues with respect to the two proposed orders, that we could reach out to Ms. Mortsfield and let her know, and that Judge Green would set a date for us after we contact her clerk.
So Ms. Morrisfield is listening to the hearing this morning. I will indicate for the record that the PCC is going to be adjourned to February 10th, 2011 at 11 a.m. Notices will be sent. And I would suggest that you and Ms. Watt, if you're unable to resolve your language issue as to that provision regarding disclosure within the next couple of days, that you do in fact reach out to Heather and get a date scheduled with Judge Green.
that will work, Your Honor. Thank you,
Is that
Your Honor.
satisfactory to both parties?
Yes,
Yes.
Judge.
Ms. Shackelford, anything else in this matter?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Watt, anything else as relates to today's hearing?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
We're all set. Thank you so very much. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you,
You
Judge.
as well, Your Honor.
Your name, please, at the jail.
Ward.
I'm sorry?
Dominic Ward.
Kim is his attorney. I'll bring her in, if that's okay.
Yes, please. Ms. Maishan, do you need to speak to the prosecutor in this matter, or do you need to speak to your client?
Both, actually, Judge.
I'll have Mary Ann put you in with your client first.
Thank you very much.
Is there someone available in the jail right now? Is there anyone available at the jail right now?
Judge, before
This
we
is-
record on Danny Fairchild, Ms. Robinson, did you happen to get my texts and emails just now?
I did get your email. I don't think I got a text.
Okay.
This is 201447, State of Michigan. Nope, sorry. Two zero one six eight zero, State of Michigan versus Danny Fairchild.
Aaron Dan for the people P78733.
Brandy Robinson for Danny Fairchild, P66895.
And Ms. Robinson, I just sent you another email with a update.
Ms. Robinson, did you have a chance to speak to your client?
I did not, Judge. The last I was here, they were saying they were going to get him. I didn't know that they had brought him back. I was just put in a waiting room.
I had you in the waiting room and then I just pulled the jail in to see if they were back and there was nobody there. So don't leave. I'm going to see if the jail, if someone's available to bring your client down.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone available at the jail?
Judge, there's another jail that's in the breakout room with Kim. Maybe that's where that defendant may be. Oh, wait, here you go.
Good morning. Your name at the jail, please, sir.
Joe Stafford.
Mr. Joe Stafford.
Stafford. Your attorney is here, Mr. Stafford.
I'll pull his attorney in and put them in a breakout room. Is that okay?
Thank you, exactly.
Good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Your client's Mr. Stafford?
He is, Judge.
He's here. Looks like my clerk just moved him into a breakout room. She's going to send you an invitation to join him.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you. Ms. Maishan, you're back for Ward.
Yes, ma'am, and we will have a bond argument, just foreshadowing.
Have you talked to your client?
Yes, we were in a breakout room. He's in custody.
Let's see if we can find him.
Ah, there he is, Judge. He's on your screen now.
Thank you. This is 201721, State of Michigan versus Dominic Ward.
Your Honor, Kim Michon, Neighborhood Defender Services, on behalf of dear very young, obviously, Mr. Ward. We're here for a PCC, Your Honor. I have paper discovery. I do find it unusual that I don't have any digital discovery, given the nature of the charges, that there should not, obviously there should be a dash cam video somewhere from some police agency, I would think. But I do not have that. We are going to request an in-person preliminary examination, and at the appropriate time, I would like to address the young man's bond.
Here for the people.
Go on back on the record, get me that information. It'll make my a lot easier on you. Okay? Thanks, bye.
Thank you. I have no.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ms. Gillis, you're here for Mr. Ward.
Yep. Got it.
None, Your Honor.
Ms. Gillis, we were just discussing, I do have the paper discovery. Do you have any digital discovery? Realizing each jurisdiction is different, but I would think in a fleeing and looting, we would be looking at a dash cam video. At least.
You know, it's Huron Township. I've never, as long as I've been out here, I haven't actually had a case out of Huron. They're usually Van Buren and Romulus, but
would you be gracious enough to check into that for us and make sure it's preserved if one is available?
Yes.
Thank you so very much. And we did want to address the young man's bond when you're ready.
Okay.
As to the bond, Your Honor, I believe according to my paperwork, the bond is set at $50,000, cash surety 10%. The young man is 18 years old. He did attend high school to the 12th grade, but due to COVID, obviously, he is looking to go back and attend either an actual high school or a GED program. He was employed just prior to his arrest at Amazon, where he had been for quite some time. Understanding the nature of the charges, Your Honor, I can appreciate that. Oh gosh, hello. I can appreciate that I would need the charges switched over to the criminal code in order to request HIDA, but he is HIDA-able, if I can coin that term. He is all of 18 years old, and the poor thing barely looks like he shaves. He would be residing with his girlfriend, where he's been for quite some time, and has a good working address and phone number. Should the court choose to reduce the bond, we're going to ask the court for a personal bond in the matter, even given the nature of the charges, even if convicted on all of them. My preliminary scoring of the guidelines would make him probation-able. And given the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic, and we're also, according to the news this morning, which I was multitasking and watching, the numbers in the age group for Mr. Ward are the numbers that are going up strikingly, let alone those numbers within the Wayne County Jail.
Your response, Ms. Gillis.
What is the bond right now again? What did you say, Ms. Michon?
50,000, 10%.
Okay, he does not have any prior contacts whatsoever, and correct, he possibly could get HIDA. I would ask for a nominal bond and a tether.
You would ask for, I'm sorry?
The nominal bond, like 5,000, 10% and a tether. That's what the people would request.
Ms. Maishan?
Your Honor, in response, I appreciate the concession of the prosecution. However, what I have found as a parent, when I'm talking about an 18-year-old young man, he's not posting that bond. Yeah, mommy and daddy are. And I don't know as though it serves the purpose of making a parent post a bond. I can appreciate that perhaps a tether, given the nature of the charges, would not be above and beyond the pale. However, I would still be asking for a personal bond, and I would object to the tether for the record, but I can appreciate Ms. Gillis's position.
Any response, Ms. Gillis?
No response, but I am very adamant about the other.
Over Ms. Gillis's objection, I'm sorry, not quite objection. Cause for caution, I would ask I would indicate the bond would be modified to 5,000 personal with a tether.
Thank
Not
you
to be
very
released
much.
without the tether.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And as before, I assume we'll be waiting to hear what date for our preliminary examination. I do have a good working phone number for the young man.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
No.
Anything else, Ms. Marshawn?
No, Your Honor, thank you so very much for your time and consideration. I do have one other matter with another gentleman who is also in custody.
Additionally, Your Honor, I think both groups indicated that
Your other client, Ms. Marshawn?
both there were four other none of those four people observe anything.
Thank you.
Maybe they heard something, maybe they don't. They didn't.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That would be dear Mr. Groom, who is also in custody. I don't know if he's available, Judge.
Those people never came up.
I thought he had been around, but Ms. Marshawn, if you wait just,
David Goldstein represented him, and that was taken care of.
It was retained. Understood. Thank you so very much. I think that is all the trouble I can cause you, Your Honor. I did leave a phone number in case I am needed with your dear clerk.
thank you, ma'am. Have a good afternoon.
Always lovely to see you.
Before you get off, will you chat me your phone number too, Ms. Marshawn?
Absolutely. My phone number is 313-418-9267. I will also put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Calling 201631 State of Michigan versus Joe Stafford.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Samuel Chirikian appearing on behalf of Mr. Stafford, who is available by way of Zoom, Judge.
This matter was scheduled for PCC. What are we doing this morning?
Judge, well, this one's quite complicated. The reason for the complication is that this gentleman is on parole in Georgia. I've made numerous efforts to the parole officer in this case and finally caught up with him yesterday afternoon. That individual's name is Kenneth Cason, C-A-S-O-N. And I discussed the situation regarding this individual and what impact conviction here in Michigan might have on his parole status and whether or not he is looking at consecutive time if in fact his parole is violated, which I anticipate it would be if defendant were convicted. Unfortunately, Mr. Cason said that he would have to confer with his supervisor, and he asked that I send him a copy of the investigator's report, which I am going to do with the permission of Mr. Stafford. But Judge, all of this boils down to the necessity for a further adjournment so that we can make a reasonable and intelligent decision as to how to proceed here.
1 week, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, Judge.
Mr. Shariki, are you indicating that you may wait?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Are you indicating that you may waive the exam? Is that?
I'm sorry, Judge, I can't hear the prosecutor.
Okay. I said, are you indicating that you may waive the exam? Is that?
Yes, that's why I'm asking for an adjournment of the PCC. It's contingent upon what the authorities in Georgia say.
Okay.
See the adjournment, Ms. Gillis?
That's fine. Just if you want to set a date, any date,
1 week, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Back on January 27th?
That's fine.
Back
What
on
time would-
January 27th at 10:40?
That's fine. No
That will
problem.
be with Judge Oakley.
That's fine as well. Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Anything else, Ms. Gillis?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
Anything else on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
We're all set. We'll see you back on the 27th at 10:40 with Judge Oakley.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Ms. Robinson, are you ready?
Okay, Judge. Again, I don't know what the issue was, but we still haven't had a chance to break out, and I do need to talk to him before we start, if that is possible.
Understood. Who is that at the jail? Your name, please, sir.
Danny Fairchild.
Mr. Fairchild, your attorney is here and wants to speak to you. I will have my clerk move the jail and Ms. Robinson to a breakout room.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I think that breakout room 4 is where Ms. Robinson and the defendant have been going, and I was just invited to join breakout 4. So I'm going to hit later so as to not disrupt there.
No, Bailey. Did we ever find out what happened with Bailey, Heather?
She just called me and she wanted you to make sure that when the jail comes back on, where he is.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, he thought about it. He said, just refile it. So, yeah, I think they're gonna set it. I think that was just what he was thinking, but since we filed on the other guy too on Gatewood, we just didn't vote. Thank you. Okay, all right. I'll let James in. Okay, I'll send the officer note here. Just let me know that you sent me gender ratings. Okay, I'll send it. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, I'm no problem with that. I don't, that's not, I think there's, I don't think I have any, there's any other ones. I think I did all the ones for Westland that we were gonna, I don't think I have any open ones that I was really warrant, Westland. So I think all of Westland. I have a few here that we always keep setting stuff up. I don't think that would be the only other piece that we had that, okay, sounds good. Thanks for the heads up. Yep.
The day I was supposed to get tethered.
Mr. Fairchild?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson, were you done with your client or did you need some?
I was just asking him one quick question. I think we could wrap it up quickly. I'm sorry. I know this is kind of cumbersome for the court.
Listen, no worries. I want to be sure that you've had the opportunity to speak to him.
I appreciate it.
Oh, is there someone else there at the jail?
No, he's there by himself. I believe.
Okay. I don't know how he would move back to the breakout room.
I can get somebody.
Oh, there we go.
That answered that question. This is 201680, State of Michigan versus Danny Fairchild.
Erin Dan for the people, Your Honor, P78733.
Randy Robinson of the Neighborhood Defender Service, P66895, on behalf of Danny Fairchild, who is present at the jail and participating in the hearing by Zoom.
We're scheduled for PCC this morning. The parties have had an opportunity to speak. What are we doing?
Judge, I would need to set this for an in-person preliminary examination, please.
Ms. Robinson, our court has not started assigning in-person dates yet. So what I will do is make a notation in the file that that is what you are requesting. And as soon as our clerk has dates available, they will send notice to your office.
Very well, Judge.
Anything else?
Yes, I would need to be heard as to bond.
Did you discuss that with the prosecutor?
I did.
Your argument as to bond.
Yeah, so Judge, Mr. Fairchild is charged in this matter with a criminal sexual conduct, which I recognize is a very serious allegation. Excuse me one moment. My phone is going off and I don't want the background noise to be a distraction. I apologize for that, Judge. So I recognize that these are serious allegations. I would say a couple of things. Number one, this complaining witness accused Mr. Fairchild of a domestic violence incident, and she went and made a police report about that incident, and then days later went back to the police report, expanded her allegations to include the CSC. I'm learning the case. I'm new to the file, so I can't say a lot about the substance of what she's accusing him of, but recognizing that even with the serious charges, there's a couple of things that I think are mitigating as to Mr. Fairchild that the court should consider. The first is that Mr. Fairchild does have the stability of a mother who is very supportive. Her name is Colette Horn. She lives in Romulus. I have spoken with her. She is very responsive to me when I'm asking her for information about Mr. Fairchild and his background, his mental health history, and so forth. She has indicated that he can live with her, and she has been somebody that Mr. Fairchild has been helpful to when he is out in the community. His mom has disabilities because of her back. She's not able to work, and she indicates to me that Danny is very helpful to her around the house, just with household responsibilities and so forth. She does acknowledge that Danny has a mental health history, and I think that mental health history does have something to do with why he finds himself in criminal court from time to time. But what she said to me, and I think this is significant, she said to me that, yes, Danny has a mental health history. It does go back to his childhood, and he does receive treatment for it. He goes to a place called Adult Wellbeing, and he also receives services through Havenwick on occasion. And he works very hard to stay stabilized, but when he's not doing well, she is able to work with him to get him back in the fold. And so I think the stability of his mother is key. She also indicated, and this is consistent with what Mr. Fairchild reports to me, that working is an important outlet for Mr. Fairchild. And she says that he works a lot. He is able to earn money for himself to try to remain stable, so that I think just as a person with mental health history, being able to work on a consistent basis has been important for him. The last time he was working was at a place called Grupo, where he does assembly work for Ford F-150s. He was there for several months. He was last working actually on the day he was arrested. He had just gotten off of work, and the police came and arrested him there. And before that, he was employed through a temporary agency at another company. And so he works hard to maintain a stable work history. He does work hard to remain medicated and to maintain stability. I know that the prosecutor has some concerns given Mr. Fairchild's other case, which is a home invasion, in which had some failure to appear issues. I would just say a couple of things about the prior failures to appear. My understanding from my conversation with Mr. Fairchild is that there was a failure to appear back in January of last year, but that he was hospitalized during that time, or not hospitalized, but he was at Havenwick at that time, and he was able to come back and be given a bond, I think because that story checked out. There was a second failure to appear in the fall of last year, which was related to the fact that he did not get a tether and then got accused of some additional misconduct. As to the tether piece of it, my conversation both with Mr. Fairchild and with his mother are that he was working very hard to get in touch with the tether agent to be able to go to Dickerson and be outfitted with a tether, because he was out at the time. He needed to go to Dickerson to get that tether put on. And he said that he called and he called and he called and he called and he could not get a response as to when he was supposed to come in order to make that happen. And so he never did get the tether. I will tell the court, as an officer of the court, that that is very consistent with my experience with a number of clients who do struggle to communicate with the tether agents effectively. Sometimes they're very slow about responding to people, and it just becomes difficult for folks to do what they need to do in terms of meeting their tether responsibilities. Now, there was a court appearance that happened after the prosecutor moved to revoke his bond, and my understanding from reading the docket is that Mr. Fairchild did not appear for that. I have not been able to make contact with prior counsel who represented him at the time, but Mr. Fairchild tells me that he was not aware of that court date. He had been in touch with his attorney to explain the difficulty he was having with being outfitted with the tether, but after that, he and the attorney did not communicate, and he was not aware of the court date, which is why he wouldn't have turned himself in. So I recognize that there are some things that are concerning to the court, rightfully so, including the nature of the allegations. My suggestion would be that the court release him on a bond with a tether that includes home confinement, with the exception of his ability to work. That should alleviate any concerns that may exist about his ability to interact with either of the complaining witnesses in his case. The GPS tether will make it very easy for the court and the prosecution and the tether agency to keep track of his whereabouts. And again, to the extent that he has a supportive mother, the ability to work, and a mental health plan, I believe that those things can assure the safety of the community without unnecessarily putting Mr. Fairchild at risk. He is a person that has a history of asthma. He does have an inhaler that he has not been given at the jail. Mom has confirmed that he's been an asthmatic since childhood, and so he does have one of these underlying conditions that make him susceptible to the coronavirus should he be infected. And those numbers are on the rise, both in terms of Wayne County in general and at the Wayne County Jail. People at my office meet with the staff of the jail on a regular basis every 2 weeks to make sure that the right to counsel is being protected. And it was their clear feedback that as of last week, there were 18 cases in the jail, and that there's some concern about community spread beginning to happen. And so again, I don't minimize the nature of these allegations at all, but they don't warrant somebody who is a vulnerable person being placed in undue risk of harm, of catching the coronavirus and having serious complications as a result of it, if there are alternatives available. And I do think there are alternatives available here. Thank you.
On behalf of the people.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. As the court is aware, the defendant in this case is charged with serious offenses, and he is a habitual offender. Offenses include criminal sexual conduct in the first degree, unlawful imprisonment, assault with intent to do great bodily harm. He does have a prior conviction for domestic violence, and he is a habitual third offender with prior convictions in 2009 and 2013. There is a companion case. Ms. Robinson was open and honest about that companion case in the Third Circuit, pending in front of Judge Wanda Evans, where he's actually remanded, Your Honor, after his failure to appear. There is no available bond to him in the Third Circuit. So at a minimum, if he posts bond in this case, he's still remanded to the Wayne County Jail. And that is the decision of Circuit Court Judge Wanda Evans. In that case, the charges include home invasion in the first degree and a domestic violence charge. What's important, I know Ms. Robinson addressed some of the credibility issues in this case with the expansion of the allegations. That is obviously her position, but I would note that the victims in this case do not know each other. They're unrelated. At least at the time of the offenses, they did not know each other, and they are unrelated. In the Wayne County case, we have two instances of his failure to appear. He was granted bond and he capiased on January 13th, 2020, and his bond was not reinstated until May of 2020. I understand it's Ms. Robinson's position that he was in Havenwick, but where's the proof of that? She could easily some sort of indication that he was hospitalized for the duration of that period, if that is in fact what happened. Again, he was granted bond, and the motion to revoke the bond was filed on October 6th, 2020, after he failed to appear to the tether office, and this new criminal action occurred, and charges were filed. I would note that the Judge Wanda Evans' staff was in touch with the tether office. I do have a series of communications where Ms. Dove, who is Judge Evans' clerk, was in personal communication and constant communication with the tether office after we heard that Mr. Fairchild was having some difficulty getting in touch with the office. So I find his statements, while we hear them all the time, somewhat uncredible, given that the defendant told the court about these issues. The court personally reached out to the tether office, provided that order, and he still failed to appear to the tether office. He KPS'd at the motion hearing in October. He failed to appear for that motion hearing. We spoke to his prior defense counsel. Defense counsel was asserted to us that he was unable to get in touch with Mr. Fairchild. Mr. Fairchild wasn't picked up until a couple months later when we had to get the U.S. Marshal involved to pick him up because no one could find him. So he is currently incarcerated given his history of failing to appear, and he has suggested to this court and to the Wayne County Circuit Court that he subverts the will of the court and the orders of the court. He disregards them, and that when he disregards them, months go past and he picks up new cases. Ms. Robinson did address his ties to the community and his mother's address. She didn't provide that address, but it's my understanding that that address is the address that he was living at while he picked up this new criminal action. I've spoken to the victims in this case extensively. I find them to be credible. I think that the fact that they are unrelated also speaks to their credibility, and the fact that he's picking up this new case speaks to their credibility. Mr. Fairchild, simply put, is a danger to society. He is a flight risk. MCR 6.106 F1 provides a list of considerations the court can consider in this type of situation, including his non-appearance history, of which he has 2, the seriousness of the offenses charged. Criminal sexual conduct in the first degree is a life sentence, has a statutory maximum of life. His dangers in the public, in the presence of threats. These instances include instances of domestic violence, of which he has a history of, a convicted history of, and now we have these 2 new cases. As I stated, the defendant has demonstrated that he does not care what the court tells him to do because he fails to appear. We would ask the court deny the defense counsel's motion to reconsider bond. The court has already considered bond. The Wayne County Circuit Court has considered bond. They've given Mr. Fairchild several chances at this stage. He is a 33-year-old man. I understand that there is an ongoing crisis in the Wayne County Jail. I don't take that lightly. But what I also don't take lightly is his flight risk and his danger. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any response, Ms. Robinson?
Judge, and again, with respect to Ms. Dan, I do believe that there are differences. There are failures to appear and there are failures to appear. And I think absent some indication, of which there is none, that this was a willful flouting of the court's orders, I don't think this situation should be treated as one where Mr. Fairchild is just saying, I have no interest in complying with the court's orders. That's not the case. I think the fact that he was in regular communication with his counsel and escalating concerns to the court actually shows quite the opposite in terms of his attempt to be tethered. And according to Ms. Dan, prior counsel acknowledged, which something that's consistent with what Mr. Fairchild reported, which is that they had not been in contact. And so Mr. Fairchild did not know, I think, about this court date and therefore could not appear. If he was somebody who was attempting to hide in order to avoid detection or prosecution, I don't know those people to show up every day to work and to be conducting themselves as regular members of society. And that is exactly what Mr. Fairchild was doing. They arrested him at work. And so I don't know what the explanation is for why they took so long to find him, but I don't think that the court has enough evidence in this record to conclude that it was because Mr. Fairchild was on the run and trying to secret himself. I would say quite the contrary. Again, Judge, this is well, I don't want to debate the merits of the prosecution's case. They obviously have complaining witnesses who are very concerned about the allegations. But again, this case involves an accusation of CSC that was completely omitted from the first time the witness went to the police. She went to the police and said, listen, there was a domestic assault and that's a problem, but she never indicated that she was not free to leave, and she never indicated at all that there was a sexual assault. This perspective on what happened appears several days after the fact, and I do think that is something that the court has to consider in terms of the credibility of the allegations. And so I would rest on the remainder of my arguments. I don't have documentation from Havenwick, but again, that was related to the failure to appear in January of last year, and the fact that Judge Evans reinstated him on bond with no conditions at that point suggests to me that that judge did have an opportunity to consider those arguments and must have found them credible. She did put him in remand status for his failure to appear in October, and we've not been in front of her since then to address this current failure to appear, which is something we have to do. But these are two separate determinations as to bond, and I asked the court in this case to consider home confinement with a tether and some sort of nominal bond to enable him to be released and placed on home confinement so that he can go nowhere but work.
Judge, may I briefly respond?
Feel as if you need to?
Just a couple of things. First, MCR 6.106 does allow the court to remand Mr. Fairchild for criminal sexual conduct in the first degree. Don't want to confuse Mr. Fire Defense Counsel's assertions. It's not that he didn't try to reach out to him, it's that he couldn't reach out to him. And I would say the Third Circuit's already given Mr. Fairchild more than one situation. The Third Circuit has heard these arguments over and over. He spent the great majority of last year on the run KPS, Your Honor. That speaks for itself. Thank you.
Ms. Robinson, last words, anything you need to add?
Oh, Judge, listen, I was obviously not counsel on the other case, but on the run, I think is a characterization by the prosecutor and not one that the court has to accept. I think that's an inaccurate reflection of the information that we have available.
Ms. Robinson, I heard that terminology for what it was. Please be assured that I've listened to your argument in this matter. And my concern is, while you were making your arguments, both of you were making your arguments, I had a chance to review your client's criminal history along with the allegations in this matter. And I do have some serious concerns that he reoffended while he had this other matter pending. And it's just his history with the court system. For that reason, I'm going to deny your request to modify the current bond conditions. I have noted in the file that he has asked to have a live exam. And as I indicated previously, our court is not yet giving out those dates. I've made a notation for the criminal clerk. She is on the Zoom meeting right now. She's aware that he needs to be scheduled when the dates become available. Is there anything further as relates to Mr. Fairchild this morning for the people?
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing from the people. Will we get a new PCC date today, Your Honor, or will the court just?
I'm sorry, I thought you wanted a live exam. Did you want another PCC date?
Well, I was confused about whether there would be another PCC date to check in to inquire about the status of the exam, or whether we just get like a notice of hearing.
They had not been setting another PCC date. If you want one and Ms. Robinson wants one, we could schedule it right now.
I don't want to waste the court's time. I will monitor this myself and wait for some sort of notice.
It's not a waste of time. We're here for you if it would help you move this matter along, or if there's some other issues that come up, either of you should just reach out and let us know how we can be of assistance.
Thanks, Judge.
Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, not at this time. Thank you.
We're all set. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Ms.
Mr.
Robinson. Thank you, Your
Fairchild.
Honor, to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Fairchild has some outstanding matters with our court, Ms. Robinson. Their payment issues. I'm just making you aware of it as there's a note on the file.
Okay, Judge, can you say more about that, or maybe I can get an email from the clerk?
He has payment plans in 2 matters, and I'm just making it, he has a payment due on the 19th of this month, but based on the fact that he's in custody, that's why I'm saying I'm making you aware of it. I don't know that that's necessarily something that Mr. Fairchild can address right now, but when the staff gives me a note to indicate to the defendant and attorney that there are these issues, I like to say them out loud. And should Mr. Fairchild's situation change, that he does in fact have these other matters in our court.
Okay, thank you for the heads up. I appreciate it. And Mr. Fairchild, I will be in touch with you by Zoom for a visit.
We're all set as to Mr. Fairchild, but at the jail, we're waiting for Mr. Bailey.
There's another division that just came in the waiting room, so I'll pull them in.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Bailey?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Your attorney's here. Give us one moment.
I think he left this, I don't know if they're ready for me in another courtroom.
Not yet. They're still on with this gentleman. As soon as they are, we're gonna let them here.
Okay, I'll just let you know. I appreciate it. You just told me.
This is 201447 State of Michigan versus Raymond Lee Bailey.
Good morning, or good afternoon now, Your Honor. Tara Hendeling on behalf of the people, P78685.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court, Sharon Clark Woods, appearing on behalf of Mr. Bailey, who's seated in the Wayne County Jail.
This matter was scheduled for PCC this morning. I know we've had some issues in getting everyone connected. Are the parties ready to proceed, or do you need to talk?
We can proceed, Judge. The matter was set for PCC this morning. It was originally not up until late February or March. We were waiting for receipt of a competency report from the Forensic Center. Myself and Ms. Woodside received that report over in between the holidays. So when I received it, I contacted the court to make sure, because per court rule, we're supposed to have the hearing within a certain amount of time. And the court set this date as a comp return to address that report. However, I did speak to Ms. Woodside. It's my understanding that she's requesting an independent evaluation. The Forensic Center did find Mr. Bailey to be competent. We do not have his criminal responsibility report. I sent an email to the Forensic Center this morning, being Ms. Woodside, asking for a status update on that report, and have not heard back yet. Although that would be an issue that we could determine. We could still hold the exam as long as Mr. Bailey was found competent without the criminal responsibility report. So I think that we're just asking for a new date and for independent pursuant to Ms. Woodside's request.
Your Honor, I actually just read the competency this morning, because if the Forensic Center sent it to my office, it must be floating in somewhere. I never got it yet, but the prosecutor did send it this morning, so I have had a chance to review it. And I really don't have an objection to the competency. It's the criminal responsibility that I probably will have an issue with if it ever gets done.
Oh, hold on for 1 second, please. So, Ms. Woodside, what is it that you like to do this morning?
I do want to get the criminal responsibility report completed, and the waiver of Miranda. That report has also not been received, at least not by myself.
And neither have been received by me either.
Before we proceed to a preliminary examination.
How far out do you want to adjourn the PCC?
Depends on how long the Forensic Center is going to take us. I'm assuming they're probably running behind because of the pandemic, or either it's completed. I don't know that it's been completed, so I'll have to contact them to see if it has been completed. My client was interviewed, but we just don't have the report.
Okay, so if I put this matter over for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, would that give you an opportunity to follow up with the Forensic Center? You tell me how much time you need.
Yeah, I'll call them today to see when we can expect the report to come in. So maybe next week.
For the people?
That's fine. Whatever date is good with Ms. Woodside and the court is fine with me.
So we'll say next week, which would be January 20th, 2011 at 11 a.m.
Oh. Can it not be, does it have to be a Wednesday, Judge?
It has to be a Wednesday.
Okay, well, if it has to be a Wednesday, can it be, like maybe 11:30?
It's the jail, so we don't control when they physically show up. We'll notice it for 11.
Okay,
But just like this morning, it was noticed for a different time and we're now at 12:24. So
yeah, we've been here a long time.
we were trying, but anyway, as to the PCC, we're adjourning it 1 week. We'll see you next week back here at 11 o'clock. You will be with me again.
Okay, Mr.
Anything
Bailey, I
else?
have a visit. I'm hoping to have a visit scheduled soon, whenever they give it to me.
Anything else on behalf of the people?
No, thank you.
Anything
Your
else, Ms. Woodside?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're all set. Thank you for your patience this morning. We are done with the morning docket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you. You have a good day. Thank you, Your Honor. Come on, baby.